are you guys? Hello. Thanks for joining me today. And if you're out there, can you please give me a sound check, thumbs up, and let me know that you can hear. I've been wanting to do a live this week. Been a little busy, but I finally got to it, and I thought, what a perfect day to do it outside on Earth Day. So if you have a patch of grass that you can go out and play on and hang out on, bring a blanket and a pillow or a block. We're going to do a little bit of inversion. We're going to roll around a little bit and come into some balance postures. I love balance postures, although my students often say, I hate balance poses. Well, two things about that. When you have an aversion to, or you don't like, or you hate a posture, it's a surefire sign that there's an imbalance there that you can work on. There's something you can learn from. There's a place to grow there. So I say lean into those postures that we don't really favor or like, and we will always come out the other side a little bit more enlightened. So today we're going to do some balance postures. In terms of balance, I wanted to talk to you about a few things. So we're going to start with a meditation, and we're going to get really deeply balanced. There's a concept called equanimity. A place that you can hold a space of equanimity means you're not trying to change the moment. It's not good, it's not bad, you're not labeling it. You just are in reality as it is, without wanting to change it or mold it into something it's not. And it's the only place that we can really truly see with an honest lens life unfold before us. So we're going to come into a little bit of equanimity in meditation before we start this practice. And I find if you can do a little bit of silent witnessing or meditative practice before you do your balance postures, you're just coming at them already grounded and centered with this nice, strong, stable base. So we'll start there, do a little bit of rolling around, and have some fun today. Feel free to pop in and ask questions. And as we go through this process, I will pop up closer to the camera to see if you have any questions I can answer. And thanks for joining me today, you guys. So if you're just getting on now, you'll want some type of pillow or block or cushion or bolster or something you can use for a little bit of inversion. And if you don't want to be on the bare grass, just grab a blanket and let's get started. So when you're ready to, you're going to come into any comfortable meditative posture. If you want to, today is a great day, you're in your backyard, just lay down and look at the fucking sky above you and enjoy it. And maybe your meditation is a staring and gazing at the clouds as it goes by today. So find your spot. And I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to roll down, rock and roll, grab the knees and come down and just chill out. And you can put your knees either out if you want to open up the hips in this posture, or you can bring your knees together and just let them fall against each other. And then just let the arms flop out. And let out a few ahs or ha's here. And soften your gaze and take a few breaths, a few exhales. And then when you're ready, you're going to close your mouth and breathe through your nose. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. And as much as you can, keep up that nose breathing. And just on the exhales, allow your body to sink and melt into the earth. And if it feels good, you can even just straighten out through the legs and let them flop out into a full-on corpse pose or shavasana pose. And maybe I've got a gorgeous tree above me. Maybe you have the blue sky above you, maybe a few clouds, something in nature. Just softening your gaze upon the sky above you and allowing yourself to get present, get centered. Find your balance. Let go of your busy day. Let go of the dead past. Don't freak out or worry about or try to plan the imaginary future. For these next few minutes, you get a chance to just hang out and be here. Maybe you feel the wind as it brushes across your body or your clothing. Maybe you feel the heat or the warmth of the sun on your face. And just take some time to appreciate it's Earth Day today, Mother Earth, this magnificent spinning spaceship that we are so blessed and have the pleasure to ride and hurtle through space on and call our home. Just appreciating the magnitude of that and the beauty. And you're just going to hang out there in that meditation, and we're going to take another minute or so there. Enjoying the sounds, not getting involved in them. Maybe you hear a car passing or the wind blowing, and just allowing yourself to be absorbed in, soaked in. Hi, Danbury, good to see you. Soaked in the present moment, just enjoying, just sipping it in. Allowing yourself to relax all the way down to your core, to your belly. Let it rise and fall and expand like a big balloon, not holding anything, not sucking anything in. Just coming into a place of equanimity. Just the experience of this moment. Nobody needs you. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. This is your time right now. Just enjoy. And maybe you feel the breath as it comes into the chest and the belly rise and fall as you bring the breath in and let the breath go. And maybe on the exhales you start to relax a little bit more of the body into the earth. And maybe on the inhales, you start to feel that pleasure, that joy, that filling up, that satiation of just this sheer pleasure of oxygen. So we are all taking a collective breath. We always are. We just don't often recognize it, but just this beautiful collective breath right now. As we draw it in and as we let it go. And while we're down here, we're going to tap in a little bit to our nervous system, our rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. So if you have a pillow or a blanket or a block and you're lying down flat, you can lift up your rear end, place it underneath the low back, and pick your feet up to the sky and get a little bit inverted here. So you can shake out the feet. Oh, they love it. If you get a little bit of inflammation from sitting at chairs and cars and couches all day, this is a great way to shake it off at the end of your 5 o'clock day. And you can flip-flop the feet or shake them out, whatever feels good. If you like to do rolling inversions, do whatever kind of inversion you like to do. Taking a few more breaths, maybe unfurl the feet and curl the toes in and just really get, oh, my feet just cracked, that felt great. Get really juicy in your feet here. And if you want to, for bonus points, you can reach the arms overhead, just helping open up a little bit more into that lymphatic system. And just enjoying and taking a few more breaths here. Maybe you give a little roll side to side. And when you're ready, the feet come down one at a time to the earth. And maybe you take a nice bridge pose as you press your feet into the earth, give the shoulder blades a little wiggle, lift up through the chest here, open up the throat and chest, and then press down with your feet and into your upper back and shoulders as you lift that pillow and set it off to the side. Maybe take a nice bridge here, contract through the glutes or the buttocks, and then as you exhale, slowly sink back down. And we're just going to pull those knees in. Grab across the tops of the knees or the shins and just give a roll side to side. Gently massaging the back and the spine. And you can roll all the way over into the sides. That feels good. or you can just roll a little bit. And you're ready, settling to the center. We're going to start this rocking, rolling forward and back now. Just get some momentum with your legs, enough so that you can sit up tall and roll back. And you're pressing into the earth. The earth is always here for us, you guys. We use the earth in every single yoga posture. If we're smart, we press into the earth. So as you come up tall, press into the earth, against the earth with the rear end and glutes. And then come up tall into the spine, and you're just rolling, and your back's going, oh, thank you. And you can roll as big or as small. If you want to add a little balance, you can kind of come up onto the fingertips, lift the buttocks off the floor. Engage a little bit of abs there. And you can even roll all the way up to a little squat or a standing forward fold. And you can put the fingertips, you can come up into the fingertips sides or forward, whatever feels good, or flat palm to the ground. Just starting to heat up a little bit. And shake loose a little bit your day. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll up tall to a seated pose and hang out there. You give a little wiggle side to side. Take a few breaths. And when you're ready on an exhale, you're going to make a big circle, the torso. Let the head and neck fall if that feels good. And just make a big circle. We're just getting kind of nice and juicy into the hips. Shoulders, head, neck, back. Close the eyes. Exhale. As you fall forward, that's Charlie rolling against the fence. Exhale as you fall forward. Inhale as you sit up tall. And you're just gently, slowly rolling. When you're ready, switch directions on an exhale or an inhale. You start to feel that stress just melt away. Okay, so we're going to go through the main balance posture today is boat pose. And I often see people in boat pose. They look so rigid and stiff and unnatural. They hold it and get it, and they're like, oh, I'm holding it. And we're going to learn how to have fun and play in boat pose. So Sadie Nardini is a beautiful yoga teacher that I learned this concept from, so I'm going to give her credit for that. And it's earth to core and then expression. So we press against the earth with whatever's touching the earth, whether it's our hands or our feet or our ass right now. We press into the earth and we engage our core. The rest of it is just expression and we get to play. But if we don't do that, then we end up like holding the as we extend out, we start to get tight and hold the expression. So our boat poses look like this. And they look awkward and uncomfortable. Versus earth to core and expression. I get to play in those boat poses. So I'm going to invite you to play, because if you fall over, guess what? You just rolled back right over. You just fall back onto your back, just right where you came from. In fact, let's do that a little bit here. So grab behind your thighs and just do a few rolls forward and back again. And when you're ready, you're going to roll up, maybe catch some air. Woo! Earth to core, your expression is feet, hands, playing. And just rolling back. Earth to core, press against the earth, into the tailbone, into whatever's touching the earth. And you find this length through the spine and this expression here. And you're just playing. And then when you're ready to, if you want to hang out a little longer in boat, play and hang out. Maybe you grab your feet. Ah, that feels good. Bring them in, open up. And I'm totally coming into balance here, using everything, abs back, whole body engaged. But there's still this sense of lightness, this expression in the pose, because I'm holding myself in this space. Heavy, dense energy down gets lighter, lighter, lighter as I come up, earth to core. And when you're ready, release and just roll out a little bit. And just kind of catching yourself each time you come up. Maybe you come up into a side twist and hang out, come up to the center, maybe take a little side twist and back. The thing about balance is you are on shaky ground. The expression is kind of what helps you, that play, that expression with the arms and the feet, to hold that space of balance, to expand your range into your place of balance. So instead of here, we get to hold different spaces. We get to engage different muscles, activate different parts of our body. Let's take a few more postures. Whatever you like to do, try your favorite version of boat. Maybe your bent knee, maybe you're a little lower, whatever you're doing balancing, find your favorite expression of the boat pose. And again, press into the earth. Find that length in the spine, earth to core. Expression is a little bit of wiggle, a little bit of movement, a little bit of play. You got to get a little playful with balance to really engage with it. And then when you're ready, we're going to come forward, cross one foot, either loosely in front of the other or half lotus on top. Doesn't really matter. And we're just going to take a few breaths to open up through the hips and the glutes and appreciate and feel that grounding, getting low to the earth, how good that feels. So if you can stick your hands in some grass, draw forward, take a few breaths, and just close the eyes, maybe drop the chin forward a little bit. And you're coming in nice and easy. You'll come into this stretch and you feel, ooh, 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 stretch, and then back off about 10% and stay there. Get juicy there. And just enjoy that space. About 10% less than where you would have gone directly to. And close your eyes. And if that right foot is in front or on top, you want to focus on the right side. If the left foot is, you focus on the left. And you're just enjoying. As you exhale, relax the belly, relax the pelvic floor, relax into the glutes. Feel that space in the glutes and the hips open up for you. And if you want to get playful here with the head and the neck and the shoulders, and just kind of move into your body. Maybe you swoop the hands side to side. And just playing and breathing into the posture. You ready? Settle to the center. Take a few breaths. Inhale up. And releasing those feet. Let's shake out the ankles and give yourself another roll. A couple times. Rolling forward and back. Finding your boat. Catch your boat. Catch your boat. Oh, you should see Charlie. He's totally on his back, rolling all around. That's him snotting behind the camera if you can hear him. Charlie dog! And then when you're ready to get a roll up in your boat, cross over. Let's put the opposite foot in front or on top. Maybe press into the sit bones. Wiggle the chest forward. Find that nice hinge in the hip. Earth to core. And your expression is just that unfolding of the spine. Maybe you come forward, drop the head down, sway side to side. Move into the nooks and crannies of your own back. You're not necessarily mimicking everything I do. This is your body, your workout, your practice. So if you find a nice spot where you're like, ooh, I could use a release there, or, oh, that would feel good to breathe into that space, then hang out there and breathe into that space. That's you coming in tune with, finding equanimity with, oh, my mind wants to push further, or my mind wants to go there because it thinks this is what this practice is. But when we listen to that intuition of our body and we stay in equanimity with it, we go, oh, nope, I'm actually supposed to stay right here. This is right where I need to be. Listening to our body, getting in tune, in balance. And when you're ready to slowly come up, and then since we're sitting out here on the grass, I'm going to give you one of my favorite postures. This is one of my least favorite postures, but this is one of my favorite places to do this posture. So it's the seated splits, which have never really been super jazzed about, which means I need to do it more. So I do actually listen to what I'm saying. I practice what I preach. So this is great because you can dig your hands in the grass and kind of pull yourself forward here. And again, you're pressing a little bit into the earth, open up the belly, lengthen through the spine, and using that little bit of grass to pull you forward. You give the toes a little wiggle if that feels good. And feel free to wiggle, move side to side. As often as you can, do some balance postures, you guys. Tree pose, boat pose. We're going to go through the tree pose tomorrow or the next day I'll do a live and go through standing balance postures. But we're on shaky ground, uneven footing right now. This is unprecedented change and opportunity for growth that we get to go through. And so wouldn't it feel good? What balance does is give us confidence, helps us with willpower and resiliency, helps us with the negativity bias of our brain. It's such a beautiful posture. It just gives us that solid, stable footing underneath us. And when you're ready to release, and then let's just close out the practice with a few breaths. So I'm going to invite you to, if it feels good, you just want to close out rolling back onto your back, out in corpse pose or shavasana or savasana, however you pronounce it, or kneeling pose. Hang out there and stare at the sky. We're just going to end with a few breaths. I'm going to end seated, but you feel free to lie down and hang out and linger in your backyard, connected to Mother Earth, this beautiful spinning planet globe we get to enjoy and evolve on, if we're lucky. And just breathe. Close your eyes. Let out a few ahs or haws. Reset the cadence and the rhythm of your breath. Relax the belly. Let it go. See, people do a practice like this and think, well, I don't know that I really burned a lot of calories, or I felt a lot of heat, or yoga, the brilliance of yoga is that it's the gentle practice on our body. It gently opens us up. It gently unfurls us. It gently unfolds us. And it gets us out of that fight or flight, which is exact opposite of rest and digest. So our body, when we're always in fight or flight, doesn't know what's coming, when it's coming or going, or when we're going to eat, or if we're going to take care of ourselves. So it holds on to the fat and it sucks everything in, and it holds on to the stress. And so the brilliance about yoga is the fat loss, the weight loss, that component, if that's what you're looking for, if that's the kind of gross thing that you're shooting for, is it comes in these moments where you're like, I didn't really even do anything, but I worked my whole body. I got back in sync with the rhythm of my breath. I calmed my nervous system down. I stopped producing stress chemicals. I started producing happy, joyful chemicals and sensations in my body. I took care of myself today. And your body knows it, and damn, it appreciates it when you do. So we're just going to end with a moment of gratitude for this beautiful spinning planet, this green earth, this miraculous floating spaceship. I've been watching a documentary on it from Will Smith, and boy, just the random happenstances as rocks hurled through space to allow this to form. It's pretty fucking cool, you guys. So maybe a little gratitude today. May this earth feel our love, our appreciation, our appreciation. May it feel a little less abused, a little less stomped on. We stop and pay attention for just a minute. In our own way, whether it's maybe using a little less water today, or maybe driving less, which a lot of us are doing. So cool. Starts just with one simple thing. And feel free to hang out here as long as you like. I'll stick around for a little bit if there's any questions. And thanks for joining me today. I'm showing gratitude for you for showing up today. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Oh, and one other thing before I sign off. Go in, love yourself a little bit more, and hydrate. Fill a big glass of water. Appreciate where it came from, that you have clean running water coming out of your tap, and hydrate. Give yourself a little extra love. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Have a fabulous day. Hey!